I don't talk about this night. Not to my fiancé, not to my therapist, not even to Usher, who dragged me into that hellhole to begin with. I'm only writing it now because maybe someone else will read it and know to turn back if they ever see a red door in an alleyway glowing under a single flickering bulb. It was 3 nights before my wedding. Usher, my best friend since middle school, wouldn't shut up about one last wild night before I signed my soul away, as he put it. I wasn't in the mood. My head was spinning with vows, flower arrangements, and whether I'd remember to finalize the damn DJ. But Usher was relentless. "Just trust me, D," he said, grinning like an idiot, tossing his 12th beer can out the passenger window as I drove. "I read about this place on Reddit. It has the most beautiful girls." I sighed. "I don't want to end up in some grimy strip club, dude." He smirked. "Strip clubs are for amateurs. This is something else. Think Eyes Wide Shut meets Tokyo Drift." I should have turned the car around right then. We parked in a forgotten part of the city. Empty warehouses, graffiti-covered walls, and dumpsters spilling over. Usher led me through a narrow alley, past a homeless guy muttering to himself. Then he knocked 3 times on a rust-colored steel door. A slit opened, and a man's eye peered through. Usher leaned in and whispered something I didn't catch. The door creaked open. Concrete steps led us down into a world I still don't fully understand. Red light flooded the stairwell. Bass-heavy music throbbed from below, a deep, vibrating pulse that made the walls tremble. At the bottom, a thick black curtain parted into a nightclub straight out of a dream, or a nightmare. Everything was crimson. Velvet walls, low-hanging chandeliers, smoke curling through the air. The women were already circling before we found the bar. They were stunning. Too stunning. Long legs, glossy lips, fierce eyes. But something still felt off. Their arms were too veined, and their smiles didn't quite reach their eyes. One of them brushed against me. Her voice was so squeaky. Honestly, she gave me the creeps. "You look tense, baby," she purred, fingers trailing my chest. "Let me help with that." I pulled back. "I'm good, thanks." Usher laughed, already half drunk, letting one of them press against him. "Relax, man, this is your party!" Every nerve in my body screamed run. The place didn't smell like alcohol or perfume. It smelled like sweat, bleach, and something metallic. Blood, maybe. I tried to leave. The same door we entered was gone, or disguised. The hallway led to nothing but more velvet walls and mirrors that distorted our reflections. I turned to Usher. "We need to—" But he was gone. Panic gripped me. I pushed through the crowd, the music louder now, like it was blasting inside my skull. Red strobes flashed, faces warped in the light. One of the hostesses grabbed my wrist. Her grip was so tight that it bruised.
"Don't be rude,"
she hissed. I yanked free and ran. Every turn led deeper into the club. No signs, no windows, just corridors of red lights and walls. I was thinking of calling the cops when I heard Usher scream close by. "Dylan, help!" His voice was hoarse. I sprinted toward it, crashing into walls, slipping on God knows what. I found him in a side room. It had dim lights and a couch. Usher was pinned on it by 2 women. One had a syringe in her hand. The other was laughing at him. I didn't think. I just grabbed the nearest thing, a champagne bottle, and shattered it against the wall. "Get the hell off him!" I roared. They turned, and their eyes, cold, reptilian, locked onto mine. I swung the jagged glass, catching one across the face. The woman let out a scream in pain, and it didn't seem to be her voice. She sounded like a man. The others lunged at me. We hit the floor hard, grappling. I stabbed blindly, glass tearing flesh. I didn't know how many times I hit the other man before he stopped moving. Usher was dazed, drooling, pupils huge. "Come on, man," I begged, dragging him to his feet. We ran. No plan, just ran. I think I kicked through a wall panel, or maybe a door someone forgot to lock. We stumbled into a boiler room, then another stairwell. The music faded behind us. My lungs burned. My shirt was torn and blood-soaked. Finally, we saw a metal door and shoved it open. We spilled into the alley, gasping. Cold air never felt so good. Usher collapsed, coughing. I dropped beside him, my hands shaking. Neither of us spoke for a long time. Finally, he looked at me, eyes wide and terrified.
D, what the hell was that place?
I didn't answer. I couldn't. When I got home, I told my fiancée I'd gotten mugged. She wanted to call the police. I said it wasn't worth it. I wasn't lying. Not really. Because what would I even tell them? Hey, officers, I got lured into an underground club run by men disguised as women who trap drunk guys and do terrible things to them. Oh, and I stabbed one with a champagne bottle. No, I don't have an address. Who would believe me? The next morning, Usher came over with bruises on his neck and guilt all over his face. "I'm sorry, man," he whispered. I didn't know. I swear I didn't know." I nodded. We never talk about this again. Ever. And we didn't. I got married 3 days later, smiled through the photos, kissed my wife, danced to Can't Help Falling in Love. But every now and then, when I hear bass in the distance, feel red light behind my eyelids, or pass a dark alley with a steel door, I wonder if someone else is being pulled down those steps, and whether they'll make it out.